Hello there, brothers and sisters of the Blitz universe. You're watching Blitz Addict. My name is Lolander, and today we're gonna talk about Her Majesty's Wunderwaffe, which was the Excelsior. Uh, this tank, as you can see, it's basically a Cromwell. You just can compare those two. So it's basically a Cromwell with extra armor on the front, extra armor on the back and the side skirts, and extra armor on the turret. This tank is really fun to play, believe me. It has incredible depression, incredible armor, nice mobility for a heavy tank because it has the same engine as the Cromwell, so it runs like almost 40 kilometers per hour, as I remember correctly. So it's really nice to play. You can easily bounce shots in this tank, which you will see in the videos at the end of the review. But now let's go and check the statistics. So 770 hit points. The main armor on the turret front is 114, sides 92, rear 92, and remember it's a tier 5 tank, so just wow. The hull armor on front is 114, the sides are weak and they have only 31, and the rear has 108, so almost the same as the front. View range is 260.1 meter using optics. DPM is 1679 using calibrated shells, I think, but I will check it. But something about this value. Reload time is 5.72. Average penetration 91. Yeah, so it's with a gun rammer. Armor piercing AP on is 91. Penetration of APCR is 144 and HE is 38. Average damage is 160 on AP, 135 on APCR and 200 on HE. Aiming time is 4.9 seconds. Dispersion is 0.358. And here's the best part: depression and elevation angles. Elevation is typical 20 degree, but depression is exact same as the Cromwell B, so 13 degrees on a heavy tank with such a large armor in front. Believe me, it's a beast. Top speed 39, so I was just 1 kilometer. I missed here. 12 on reverse. Average speed is 29. Power to weight ratio is 14.6. Weight is 41.05 tons. Turret traverse speed is 23.26, which is sluggish a bit. Hull traverse speed is 29.07, which is also sluggish a bit. So it's a typical heavy tank which has almost the medium mobility. You should face your enemies frontally. Mainly you can angle a bit, but not too steeply, because otherwise you will get spammed through your sides, because they are pretty weak. But the side skirts can secure you from HE shells, and because it works like a layer armor, so it will hit the skirts, then the tracks, and you're most probably they will track you but not make any damage. Now I forgot to mention the weak parts of this tank, because it would be too beautiful if it had only a strong part. So the shell velocity is really bad, because it has like a short barrel gun. And also you will use a lot of pramo, which is not good for your earning money, but it's a seal clubber tank, more of a credit earner. But in most cases, when you're attacking medium tanks or light tanks, you will be able to pen them frontally. But if you're facing tier 5 heavy tanks, you will struggle to pen you, and you have to use your pramo. Now let's shortly compare this tank to counterparts. I used all the tanks, not just premium tanks, because we don't have many heavy tanks on tier 5. So let's look at the stats. DPM, as you can see, it's nice, same as Churchill 3, which is also, and T14, which are also premium tanks. Penetration values, as you can see, are the lowest of them all. It really struggles to pen a heavy tank frontally. Alpha damage is 160, almost same as the rest, excluding BDR G1B and KV1 with the bigger guns. Alpha damage, okay. Rate of fire, it's nice. It's really nice. They're using kind of the same gun, all the rest of a premium, so it's the same. Reload time, as you can see, is also nice. Caliber of a gun is 75 millimeters. The rest is using higher calibers except for T14. Shell velocity, as you can see, it's totally crappy. It really is. Believe me, if you're shooting at distance, you will probably bounce. If the armor of a tank you're shooting is strong enough. Aiming time is 2.08, which is really nice. Dispersion is nice. Um, Elevation and depression, as you can see, 13 degrees of gun depression. I love this tank for this feature, really am. Speed, as you can see, 39 kilometers is the best top speed over the counterparts. So it's really nice. Power to weight ratio looks like it's not so great, but believe me, this tank is very mobile for a heavy tank. Let's just compare the camo. As you can see, the camo values are really nice. Camo after shot is also very nice, and the crate coefficient, as you can see, Excelsior earns 153%, slightly less than T14, but much better than, no, slightly better than Churchill 3, and better than the rest because they are Tech 2 tanks, so it would be normal. Repair cost factor, as you can see, it's quite nice. View range is the best, almost the best, same as Churchill 3. Hit pool is really nice. As you can see, only Churchill 3 has better one. Weight 40 tons. It's below average, let's say, but still you can ram in this tank. And the best thing that this tank offers, the armor. As you can see, the hull armor and the turret armor on front are just ridiculously strong. Just ridiculously. Just the Churchill has a better hull armor, but if you compare it to the rest, it's really phenomenal. And the back also. So if you're facing this tank, you should you should shoot at the sides, not the back, not the front, because they are hard to penetrate. The first battle I wanted to show is on False Creeks. It's a lost battle, but you can see the mobility of this tank and how much can it really bounce. As you can see, we are top tier, so we're facing almost all tier 5 tanks, one tier 4 tank, and we are pushing through medium flank. As you can see, it goes quite well. It reaches top speed quite fast, and it's quite mobile. Really, believe me, it's quite mobile tank. And now we'll start to do some damage. I think we bounced more than we dealt damage, but still, you will be able to see what this tank can do when facing the same tier tanks. As I told you, the armor is really phenomenal. So first bounce damage, we're using APCR as you can see, and even though we are bouncing from the scavenger, the penetration is really crappy. So as I told you, you must spam, almost spam APCR where you're facing heavy tanks and some better armored medium tanks and tank destroyers also. Frontally, this Matilda really isn't able to get us, so we're not very worried about her. Trying to get the Stug. As you can see, even with APCR, there are parts of this tank which you can't penetrate. And here you can see the gun depression. We're shooting behind the hill, and still we're managing to pull the gun down, which is great because it gives you opportunities to hide your tank and just show the strong profile of a turret, very strong profile turret. We want to clear some tanks. I think we were able to clear the scavenger, but as you can see, all of our team is already dead. But now it's gonna be the fun part when you will see how much this tank can really bounce. And let's begin then. We're doing what we can, but really you can't do anything in this position. There's only two of us. In just a second I'll be the only one left. So trying to hide a bit, put some shots. And still bouncing shots. It's a really crazy machine as it comes for bouncing shots. You will see it in a moment. He was able to get me frontally, but as I told you, sideways, sorry. Because as I told you, the sides are weak, but the front and the back is really tough. We bounced 1295 damage. On the Copperfield, it's a great map for this tank to use the gun depression. That's why I'm pushing hill. Rest decided to go right, so I said okay, I'll do it by my own. They have only two heavy tanks, which are I think Matilda and KV-1. We can see the KV-1 right there, and we can see there's also a Herzer. KV-1 bounced, which is nice. We have to just work a bit to get them. And we are spamming APCR. As I told you, this gun has so little penetration. Bounced again. We have to take care of this Stug, because otherwise it will give us trouble. He got shot for the second time, now he's baiting. So we have a time to get rid of the Herzer. As long as we have enemies only on one side, it's not really a problem. KV-1 isn't interested in us, so good for us. We have to take the Herzer out. We're able to do it. Now it's time for Stug. Yep. Finally got him, and we're gonna face the Matilda. As I told you, frontal and Matilda have no chance of penetrating us. Just totally no. But we also have a problem with penetrating Matilda, so we're spamming Pramo. Just there's no other option. There's no way around. You will see. We're gonna still earn money, but not as much as we could without using APCR. But that would be the problem, because we won't be able to do nothing really. We're able to sneak one more, set him on fire, and I think someone else will finish him. Yep. So that's the second game. Okay, so for the summary, we made second class, we made high caliber batch, setting on fire, and so on. We earned, with a premium account, we earned 19,799 credits, made 1,380 damage, killed 3 enemies, and as you can see, the credits here, even without premium accounts, with such lot of shooting APCR, as you can see, ammunition resupply cost us 25,000, over 25,000 credits. We still would make 4K without premium and 20K with a premium account, which is really nice. Well, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed my video. If you do like my videos, I want to see more, because I want to give you one video a day. At least I'm trying to. Make sure you subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and see you all on the battlefield.